Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to put a mosaic over the face of this guy here. If we go to the colour page with the clip highlighted, here's the timeline of the clip, so it's running from there to here, and I'm going to, he's got to be tracked. So I'm going to track him from this point backwards because of the fact we can start with his face being bigger, so it should be easier. So first of all, you want a separate node. Your first node would be where you do any adjustments, and your second node would be where you do this tracking and mosaic. And the reason for that is because you could make a mistake and then you can just delete this node and start again, and it doesn't alter anything else that you've previously done. So that's a good reason for doing it this way. We need to create a window to track. So we pick this icon here, which is the window, and click on this one, and there's your window. If that window doesn't show, it may well be, it's called a power window, it could be off. So if that was the case, you go to this point here, click down and click power window, and it comes on. So the controls here are, this will keep the aspect ratio of your selection, this can squash it sideways, and this can squash it or expand it height wise, and this here puts it in position. So we'll put it in position on the middle of his face, and we'll make it a bit smaller, and I will use my central wheel to click and drag this to the middle and then roll the wheel to zoom. So we now can use this to get a bit closer and a bit closer that way. So I think you don't need to be too precise, but the feathering the edge, you can utilize this tool here. So this shows you the extent of the feather. So that's good enough for this. We can now track that. In order to track it, you click on the icon that, as it lights up, funnily enough, says tracker. So you click it, and the tracker opens up. Now, because we're tracking a window, the window icon needs to be on, which it is. Because we're at the end of the clip, we will track backwards. So I'm going to move him up there because I know he's going to move over to that door, and then you should be able to see him. So we'll track him backwards. And you can see that's done a good job. Now we can turn that off again by going to here and click off. That means that we can see what's going on with the mosaic. So you find mosaic in Effects Library, highlight it and drag it onto your tracked window, and there you have it. If we play that now, it should do the job all the way. I'll now show you how to do the same effect to on a number plate, and we'll start at the beginning of the clip because that's where the number plate is the largest, so it's the easiest to work around. And we click on the window and the pen tool. Now if we click round the number plate, we don't have to be too precise about the size of it. One of the things you do have to remember is that you must close the gap. You can't leave a gap. You couldn't come to here. You have to close it. and you notice that when the pen hovers over that, it turns to a little circle. So once you've done that, if you decide that you want to tweak this in any way, you can just pull them and do it. Not a problem. Okay, so we now go to the tracker and we ask it to track forwards because we're at the beginning of the clip now. So it tracks forwards, and there it goes, and DaVinci's doing its job. It tracks very, very well. We can now turn off the window so that we can see what we're doing, and we can come back to the beginning of the clip, pull the cursor along to the beginning and drop your mosaic on it. That is pretty good. You can't read the number. If you were to go to the end of the clip, somewhere along the line it becomes that it's only one block and you can actually see through it. So the best thing to do is to put a keyframe in at the beginning with this setting that you've got on your pixel frequency, which you could change if need be, to make it that you can't read it. If you then go to the end of the clip and increase the frequency, it will now keyframe from this position to this position, changing as it goes. It will change the frequency of the pixels. So if we put full frame, I'll go to the beginning of the clip, click Control F, full frame, and you can't see the number anywhere along there. That's fine. I must say that when I do these little tutorials, if you like to call them that, I end up learning a lot myself. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed that.